Hello, and thank you for tuning in. Rose Ward, Stampersdelight.com. So glad you could join me. No, you're not seeing things. Today is Tuesday. Normally I'm on Mondays, but I wasn't able to hop on last night, so I figured I would hop on tonight. Okay, so let me know where you're watching from, YouTube or Facebook. Again, Rose Ward, Stampersdelight.com. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. I don't see any comments yet, but definitely let me know you're on. And definitely let me know if you're first time watching me. There we go. Hey, Mitzi. And Deborah, thank you so much for tuning in. And Deb, thank you. Facebook, I got a few Facebookers and I got a few YouTubers. All right. Okay, so again, grab your coffee, grab your tea, and we are going to get started. Come stamp with me. Okay, so if you'd like to place an order with me this month, there's my host code, and it's Stampersdelight.com. Everything will be in the description below when we are done. Hey, Sharon, how are you? Darlene, yay! Hi, Randy, Denise. And also, if you'd like to check our apparel shop out, go to Stampersdelightshop.com. So let's go over a couple of things. First, I want to remind you my May online class is Bottled of Happiness, and the link will be posted below. For that, you're going to get 6 cards, 3 designs, 2 of each. You'll get the designer series paper and embellishments. You can always add on the bundle if you need it. You're just going to click on that link that says May online class and follow the instructions. The next thing I have going on, of course, is my paper share, embellishment share, and ribbon share. And again, this is just a picture of some of the designer series paper. Just click on the link below that says paper share, and it'll take you to a link which you can sign up for. You want it all or just the paper share and embellishments, whatever you want. Brand new. Hey, Christy from Linwood, Washington. All right. So that is my paper share. Don't forget that you can get some of these great mugs that you see me using on my lives, and also the sweatshirts and t-shirts and other fun apparel at the apparel shop, Stampersdelight.com. There's one of my favorite mugs, crafty, classy, and a little bit sassy. Also, join the Sweet Delicious Fun Fold Club with Donna Gray and myself for the month of May. That is Hues of Happiness. Again, there'll be a link below. And that is a Fun Fold Club. You can join it for every month or drop out whenever you want. You will get with the club. You're going to get access to the Facebook private Facebook page. You're going to get the designer series paper to Hues of Happiness, Starry Sky ribbon, and glossy dots. And both Donna and I will be showing you a fun fold to do. So I do one fun fold, and I do 3 variations, and then she does one. Anybody out there's already in the Fun Fold Club, let everybody know how much fun it really is. Something new Donna and I are doing, and that is a catalog Craftalicious party. So let's party with the new catalog. That is going to be for the U.S. on Saturday, May 21st. It'll go into Sunday, May 22nd, 24 hours of crafting, live events. Donna and I will be hopping on at all hours to do some stamping with you. And maybe even a couple of challenges. There'll be door prizes and Party City. So definitely join us. The link will be below. When you join in the US, it's $55. And with that, you're going to get a pack of the new In Color Mix cardstock, the Tea Boutique cards and envelopes, some ribbon and embellishments, so that you can follow along. Now, we're going to be showing you a couple of different stamp sets throughout the catalog through the party. So definitely want to sign up for that one. Okay, let's get started. So back to this screen. I know I went over everything fast, but it's all going to be in the description below. I decided to play with this Sending Smiles. And of course, here are the dies. Loving this set. Loving it. Which set don't I like, right? Okay. And again, a shout out to every one of you that have signed up and subscribed to my YouTube channel. I did hit 10,000 subscribers, so a shout out to all of you. I'm trying to look and see. I don't think I used this one, but we're going to show you anyway. Okay, so this is the bundle that I'm using. And also, I want to show you, because this gets lost in the catalog. Look at all this designer series paper. This designer series paper is in the catalog, and it's part of the hostess set. So you can get this as a hostess rewards, and it's called Design a Daydream. And there are, it's 12 by 12 sheets. I think it tells you in here how many sheets, but I'm not seeing it. I think it's like 48 sheets of paper, of designer series paper. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look how much paper there is. Darlene and Mitzi, well, thank you too for joining in. Those are new names that I'm seeing. So these are the designer series paper, and again, that is called Design a Daydream, and everything will be in the description below. I know I keep saying that, but that's where it's going to be. Okay. Hi, Jenna Marie. How are you? So let's start with some cards that I made, and I did these. These are my Sweet and Simple cards, and I did these with all the new in colors. The first one I used the, of course, the Sending Smiles. That's what we're doing. And I used the Sweet Sorbet, and this is the new Parakeet Party. I really like the green, the Parakeet Party, because it seems to be a nice bright green, so I like that. Okay, so that's this card in Sweet Sorbet. And the next one I have is in the Tahitian Tide. Oh, Denise, you found me. Denise Washington, you found me. Thank you. And these are just note cards of thank yous. Whoop, didn't want to show you that one yet. That's like an upgrade, but that's okay. Here is the Orchid Oasis. Okay. So they're all the same card in the different colors. Now, I only have 4 here, obviously, because I used the green for the leaves. Okay. So these cards, I am going to be, as a thank you, I am going to pick 4 winners from tonight's video. And I'm just going to pick 4 names, and I'm going to send you these cards as a thank you for getting me to 10,000 subscribers. Now, if I don't have your address, I will send you a message to send me your address, okay? A lot of you I do have. So let me just bring in the one with the Starry Sky. So this was my Starry Sky one. Then I took the Sending Smiles, and I up-notched it. I bumped it up a little bit, and you can see that I used these 2 dies. This is the die that is in the green, and then I used this die for the Starry Sky, and that made the sending message. Okay, so this was like an upgrade. I know that I'm trying to think what they call it, the casual stamper, the advent stamper, all that good stuff. Okay, so this was a bump up, as I call it. And again, remember, these cards are going to go out to 4 lucky winners. Okay, the next one I did is I used that new Design a Daydream paper. And here is the card I'm using. I did move my screen down so this was a little bit closer so you could see these better. So here I have the designer series paper. Now this is the one side of the paper, and this is the other side. And all I did was I cut that in 4 by 5 and then cut it like a 2-inch piece off the bottom and flipped it around. And you can see that this is the dies where they fit nicely. And again, I use those 2 dies to do the sending message up here. And right there, it does cut out a little circle for the eye, but I used one of our in color matted dots in the sorbet. You love this stamp set? Yeah, I do too. Love and big hugs. Okay, and of course I used Wink Stella and our gold ribbon, which is going to be coming back in the new catalog. So that's a good thing. All these will be on my Facebook page later today or tomorrow, probably tomorrow, because it's getting kind of late for me here. And everything will be on YouTube, what I used, okay? And my blog, go to stampersdelight.com, and you'll be able to see all the pictures. Here's another card I did. Now, this I used our pool party ribbon and our pool party paper, cardstock and petal pink, because those are the colors that are in that, again, Daydream Designer Series paper. And here I used, remember what I said the last couple of videos, this is going to be my go-to die set, which are the stylish, flip it over here, the stylish shapes. I was using the circles a lot and the banners. On this one I used the squares. So you can see they're stitched. And there's the large one, the first one, and then I used the third one. So that you could see some of that beautiful paper. And then I just stamped directly on the square. So, and of course I did the envelope. Always do your envelope, no naked envelopes. Okay, so this says sending birthday wishes. You can just fix that bow a little bit so you can read it. Across the miles. You're freezing in Michigan. I know it's got cold back here in New York too. I was sitting outside the other day in the nice sun, basking in the sun with my cats, and now it's cold out. Okay, so that was another one. So those are some samples that I did. Now here's the card I want to show you, and this is a front fold hinge card. And I'm going to show you how to do this, and I'm just going to change it up a little bit. So this is the card, and again, that's the same Designer Series paper. This little Designer Series paper back here. Again, I'm using the Designer Daydream, and it's on the hinge too. So a card to say hello, and you open it this way, and then you open it this way. Smiles across the miles. So this is a front fold hinge card. And of course, there's that great ribbon that we have in the in colors, and I absolutely like the fact that I can just fray those, and I just love the way the fraying comes out. Okay, so that was the card that I'm going to use as my fun fold card today. Now I am going to change it up a little bit because I like to have different colors. So I'm going to set it right here, and I'm going to bring in some of the pieces. I'm going to tell you the dimensions that I used, but remember that it'll all be in the description when I'm done. So this is the base of the card, and this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. The hinge part of it is 1 by 5, and we're going to score that at 1 1/4 inches. Okay, so I'm going to put that like that for now. I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to score this first. So this is my hinge, and this is 1 by 5, and I'm scoring it at 1 1/4. I mean, if you do it a smaller size, that's okay. 1 1/4 right here. I'm just going to score that. That makes my little hinge. I also have a piece of white, or basic white, and that is the basic white is 3 by 11, and we're going to score that at 5 1/2, or you can just fold it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to score that at 5 1/2. I'm going to bring in my bone folder. I'm going to give it a nice score there. Same thing with the hinge part. Okay. I have a piece of Designer Series paper from the same pack, Pick a Daydream. And there's the back side of it. We're going to be using this side. And the Designer Series paper is 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. So basically what you're doing is just layering that right on top of there. And you're just making it a little bit smaller. So remember, this is 3 inches wide. And this is going to be 5 1/2. So this is going to be 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and layer that right down right now, because I can, the more I get off my table, whoop, okay, we ran out of that one. Let's grab another one. I'm using Seal Plus since my seal is being depleted here. I can use Tombow, and you'll see me switch back and forth. I don't like that fold there. I want to just make sure I got a better crisp edge there. Okay, so I layered that right on there. Now this edge, this is the hinge, okay, and the hinge, if you notice from this card, is going behind the white, okay? So it's going to go right about here, and you want to use either Tombow or Stamp and Seal Plus, something that's very sturdy, because that hinge needs to be tucked in there, and you're going to be moving. It's a moving part, so, okay, so we're going to put that right there. Okay, this is actually going to go right on the front, right in the middle. But I have these two strips. So these two strips I just cut. They are actually 1/4 of an inch by 5.5. They're kind of long, but I'm going to have to cut them down to 5.5. It was just easier using a bigger piece. Okay, and I see something freezing here. Oh, please, don't do this to me today. Okay, hopefully I'm still recording, because I do see that it's raining here, so hopefully this is still working. Okay, so what we're going to do is I am going to line the other side up on each side here. So what I'm going to do is, this is where I'm going to take Tombow, okay? And I am going to open that up. And I'm just going to add some Tombow back here. Just a little bit of a line. And then I'm going to layer. It's not freezing in Poughkeepsie, okay, so maybe I'm good. All right, and I'm just going to lay this right down here. Grab a little of that glue. I just want a little bit of edge. I'm going to flip it over so I can show you. See, I can see a little bit of that pink edge. And the Tombow is good so that you can make it match. Okay, you want it straight. So you're just laying that piece there. Now I'm going to flip it back over. And, oh, I'm back to blue, so we're good. Okay. I have a little detector here that I go yellow when it says that I might be freezing on the page. So I'm going to flip this over again so you can see it. So now you can see that I got those two little pink edges, just a tiny bit. I'm going to straighten those out just a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is just take my scissors and cut it off. You can, now again, this is 1 1/4 by 5.5 to match that white piece, but I used it a little bit bigger, and then I could just take off the excess. And that's actually going to go right there. This one could have been a little bit longer, but I want it to match, so we're just going to cut that little piece off. Okay. Okay, and that's the card right there, and that goes right in the middle. Now, since I have my Tombow out, I'm going to use Tombow. Okay, you'll see me switch back and forth. I tend to use whatever's on my table and closest to me. I love all our adhesives. They all work fine. Okay, I'm going to pick that back up. There's my piece. I'm going to lay that right on top here. Get it right in the center, and you can tell it's in the center because that hinge should meet to the side. Okay, so we're going to put that aside for a second. Now what I want to do is I want to put a little piece of designer series paper right here. So let's see what piece I'm going to bring. I think I'm going to bring in another piece, which is this piece, just to make it a little bit different. And this piece, I actually didn't really have measurements for, so let's just measure it now. This was like an afterthought. So that actually is going to be 3 1/4, and this is probably by 1 inch. Yeah, 3 1/4. So this is going to be, I'm going to make this, since that's 1 inch, I'm going to make this 1 3/4 of an inch. And I'll do this by 3, let's see. I'm going to do 3 3/4, and then I'll cut it down. Again, I didn't have a dimension for this because it was not really thought of. That's going to go right on there. So that fits. I'm going to trim it off just another hair. Okay. So we're going to do 3/4 of an inch. And that's going to be by, let's do 3.5. Okay. Just so I can see a little bit more of that sweet sorbet. And that's the color that I'm using, is the sweet sorbet. And I'm going to lay that right on top of there. So I've got all those different pinks showing up. Pink on the other side too, but it's stripies. And I didn't want the stripies. Okay, so we're just going to layer that right on there. Now, I've already gone ahead and cut a lot of these flowers out. I did that ahead of time. So I'm going to take what I've already cut out from the dies. And see, so I have those two. They're already cut out. And then I have some of the flowers cut out. I am actually going to use one of the... This is Blackberry Bliss. Nope, actually I'm going to go to Sorbet. I'm going to go Sorbet, Sorbet, and then I'll do the Blackberry Bliss. I'm going to stamp the Blackberry Bliss because I want to show you that. So here's my Blackberry Bliss. I'm going to bring in a piece of cardstock. And I'm going to use the little half guy in the Blackberry Bliss. I'm going to bring in my mat. Now, I can cut that out by itself, but part of it's missing, right? You need the little bud in there. So let me grab that little bud. I'm going to go ahead and ink that up. And I'm going to put that little bud right in there. Look at that. So cute. And then look, when I pull this out, there's the die that goes with it, with the bud already attached. So we're going to just cut that right out. Okay, so let me move this all out of the way before I get ink all over. And I'll bring the machine in real quick. Remember, I'll be giving away 2 mini die cutting machines. Soon as I earn the trip, the incentive trip, I am 700 points away. It's going to be within the next week or two, I guarantee it. I'm going to be pulling a name from anybody who has subscribed to my YouTube channel, followed me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, wherever. I'm on all of them. And also, if you order from me, you get an extra ticket. So you got several ways to get in that drawing for the free embossing machine, the mini one. Now, it is US only. I'm sorry to all my Canadian and friends across the pond, but unfortunately, it has to be US. Okay, so look at that. 2 stamps, 1 cut. Ta-da! Okay, so let me bring that card back in. And then what I'm going to do with my Tombow, my liquid glue, I'm going to add a little bit of glue to the top of this one and top of this one. And I'm going to add that one right there. And this one right here. I don't know if there's really a right way and a wrong way for that. And I do have to put a little yellow dot in the middle of those. So it's so small, I'm not going to grab my mat. This should work. So there I go with that one. And then there's this real tiny little dot that goes right in the middle of this one. Oh, so cute. All right. Then we're going to bring this one over. And this one I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here. A little dab will do ya. A lot of you are probably too young for that. Remembering that commercial. I was very young when it was out. I think it was Brill Cream or something, which isn't even around anymore. Little dab will do ya. Okay, we're going to put that one right there. Okay, then I'm going to bring this over, and I'm going to add my flowers to the front. I'm moving them over for a reason today. I want those a little bit over further. Okay, this one's going to go right there. So look how cute those are. All right, so I'm just going to pull this back. I'm going to grab some dimensionals. And let's see, let me use the mini dimensionals. I'm gonna grab, now remember, you can't put the dimensionals there. You want them on the leaves. Okay, so we're gonna go right there. Oh, Denise, I'm glad you caught me live too. We got a lot of Denises on here tonight, don't we? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead with that and put that one right there. This one I do want to add another dimensional, but I don't want to get it where it's not supposed to be. So I'm gonna just pull that off, and I'm going to lay that one right there. All right, so this way when you open it, you don't see anything. All right, so there is the front of it. Now what I'm gonna do is I am going to bring in this beautiful new in color glimmer paper, and I'm gonna make a background with the light side. Okay, so there's the lighter color. Brill Cream, you remember it, Randy? We were kids, right? We were kids when we used to hear those commercials. I'm gonna go ahead and I am going to cut that part of it out. And I'm just looking, oh, there it is. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the light glitter paper up there. Oh, great, Linda, you're catching me live. What time is it over there? It's probably morning over there for you, right? Okay, so here's the light one. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go right back in there. I am going to take the one that says the sending. I'm gonna do that on the dark portion. But I'm going to add, if I can find my paper that I left here, I have a little piece of our adhesive sheets. Let me grab that. I want to use adhesive sheets so that it sticks. You can also use the Tombow, but I've got a piece right here of this adhesive sheet, and this was the old one Stampin' Up! Used to sell, but all I need is a little bit of it to stick. So I'm going to go ahead and take the dark piece right there. We do sell these in the catalog now. I'm just going to peel it off. There's the sticky side. I'm just going to peel it down some of it, okay, because it is very sticky, and if you don't need it all, I'm going to lay it right on the edge here. I'm going to bring it down across. Let's see how long I need it. Yep, that's about as long as I need it. So I'm going to cut it off right there. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to put the sending right on top of it. Okay. Oh, it's Wednesday there. Okay, that's right. Okay, and I'm just going to layer this. Whoop, you can't see me. Let me just put this in here where you can see it. I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to move that stamp set there. Okay, so there's the sending, and the adhesive sheet is on the back. You definitely want to get those adhesive sheets because they work so well. Whoop. They work so well. And the best part is, even if you don't get the whole thing on the adhesive sheets, it will stick. I got to move this so that I can... yeah, Elaine says the adhesive sheets are wonderful. What I do is I like to roll it up once and do it another time. Okay, just to make sure I get the whole thing. Remember, it's going through not only your adhesive sheets, but it's going through that paper. Okay, we are done with that. Let's get that out of the way. Now remember, I haven't done this yet. This is a little bit different than the original card. That's going to go there. We're going to pop this out. And the other thing I like about the adhesive sheets is, look at that. It falls right off. And now you have the glue already on here. So very gently pull that out. And you can layer it right on top of that beautiful, beautiful new glitter paper. Now, when you're doing this, just move that piece over just a hair or a tad so you can read it. There is a little dot right here that comes out, but I don't like to use that little flat dot. I like to use one of these. And to make it pop, I'm going to use the green, the small green dot on these matted ones. So you can really see it. Okay, so see that? Okay, so I am going to put, let's see, sending right across the flowers, but I'm going to move it down a little bit. I'm going to put it right there. Okay. So for this, I am going to, again, I'm going to use dimensional. It's going to be a little puffy, but I like puffy cards. You love the color? Yeah, I was, you know, at first I was like, I don't know about the sorbet, but now I love it. Okay, so I'm just going to add some dimensionals across here. And I want to make sure that I get them where I need them. Right there and there, and one, let's see. Don't want to cover up the flower. I'm going to put one right about here. Okay, so with my Take Your Pick tool, I am pulling that up. So I'm seeing a lot of new names tonight. Maybe it's because I am on Tuesday night rather than my Monday night. Okay, so this one's going to have to go right here. There we go. Make sure I don't see that. If you see any of that dimensional, you can just, with your Take Your Pick tool, just push that up. Sending. Now I'm going to bring in one of the pieces that these are the banners that come with it. We have a large banner and a small banner of those dies. So in here you see the small and the large banner. Since I don't know what stamp I'm going to use yet, I'm going to bring them out. Okay, sending what? Sending, I like birthday cards. So how about a note of thanks? Sending a note of thanks. So let me bring in my Sweet Sorbet. And my mat went somewhere. There it is. I'm going to bring that mat in, ink this up. Remember to leave comments. I'm going to give those 4 cards away. And I will announce them Friday morning when I'm on live. But if I pull them before that, so you might get notified before that. And this way, if I have your address, I can send them to you. A note of thanks. Oh, thank you. And I'm going to put a note of thanks right there. And yes, you guessed it. I'm going to use dimensionals again. But this time I want to use my mini dimensionals, which I think I only have my black ones, but they'll work. Okay, because they are pretty small. It's a small banner. Don't forget to sign up for all the things going on in May. And I will be announcing my online and in-person summer retreat, which will be coming in June. So watch for that. So there I have a note of thanks. And that's going to flip this way and this way. But I'm going to add some ribbon to it. So let me grab the green. I'm going to make just a small little bow. Again, this is a front fold hinge card. And I will have all the dimensions, if not later tonight, tomorrow. I do try to do it the same night. Okay, so I'm making a little bow there. And here I'm going to just fray those edges with my Take Your Pick tool. Give them a nice fray. I love fraying these. So much fun. Look at that. I may have to cut it, but I always work with I like to work with a bigger piece. Okay, so I'm going to use a glue dot for that. Now our glue dots do come in a box, but mine are leftovers from a paper pumpkin, so I have flat ones here. I'm going to add a couple of glue dots right there. And then if any of that glue dot is sticking up, I just kind of tuck it under there too. Yeah, I don't even have to cut that. If you don't like it off the card, you can trim those little fray pieces. So look at that. Isn't that cute? Frayed edges are awesome. Yeah, they are. Okay, so now I'm going to open it. Open it. A note of thanks. And then let's see. A note of thanks. I'm trying to think of which one I want to use for the inside. A note of thanks. Smiles across the miles. That's kind of cute. So let's go with that. A note of thanks. And then smiles across the miles. Now, normally I would do this before, but because this piece goes all the way to the end of my card, I could do it as an afterthought. I am going to grab my one stem and my parakeet party. I'm going to grab a piece of scrap paper. I'm going to stamp that right there. I'm going to clean this off because now I want to use the sorbet again. The sorbet, and then that yellow one. Whoop, I don't want that yellow one. I want the whole bud, the whole little bud. I think this one's my favorite stamp. So there's the inside, and you flap it closed like that. And then to finish it off, we're going to bring in some of these really cute gems again. And I'm going to go with the dark sorbet. You see they're dark and then they go to light. And I'm going to grab both big ones, larger ones. And then I'm going to grab the small one and put that right there. Maybe I'll grab a couple extras and just put those down here. And then what happens is when you open this, so when you open it, there's the gems. Looks like it's all on the front of your card. And then when you open it, your gems are still there with the note of thanks. Sending a note of thanks. Smiles across the miles. And then we can't forget our envelope. So let me grab that. And again, I'm going to use the same stamps for this. The parakeet party. And then my little half job thing here. My little half a flower, which I love. And I'm not using my mat. Yes, I know I'm being bad. What do I always tell you? I'm a rebel. My mother will agree to that. Always have been as a child. And there we go. And there we have a front fold hinge card. So what did you think? Do you like that one? So I am going to bring in one more. I'm going to show you something real quick and easy. So this is the one hinge card, and here's the other one. You can let me know which one you liked better. I think I like this one with the glitter paper. What do you think? And then, of course, we have the ones with the designer series paper. Another one with designer series paper. And then we have the 4 that I'm going to be giving away, which are the note of thanks cards in the different colors. And then the step up to that one where you use that sentiment. What's the DSP? The designer series paper, Tammy, is called... now I forgot. It's called Design a Daydream, and it's the Hostess packet. In the catalog, I can actually tell you, I can't wait till I can open the catalog in front of everybody. It's on page 135. It's a Hostess Rewards. Okay, so that's the step up one. So which one was your favorite? Did you have a favorite? Okay, so remember I'm giving those 4 away. Now what I want to show you is I do a lot of thank you cards, and I love our little note cards, whether you use the white note cards or the very vanilla. So there's the note card, and here is the envelope to it. I'm just going to bring this in, and I'm just going to play around so you can see the different stamps. So I showed you the sending using the die. We also have a stamp that says sending, and I know you can, my Stampersdelight is on here, so it's kind of hard to see, but I'm going to do this one now. Okay, so I am going to bring in, again, the Sweet Sorbet. I'm going to just stamp that right on here so you can see that. Sending. Where do we have it? A card to say hello. I'm going to go with the darker color of Blackberry Bliss. Look how easy and quick you can make a card here. Again, I'm going to use our green because that's what I have here. I'm going to bring this paper in because I'm going to go off here a minute. And I'm going to bring in, well, I've been using that half one a lot. Let's use the whole one, okay? So that's the whole flower. We're going to go right there with that. Oh, I love that. And then inside this, we're going to use the green. I mean, the Daffodil Delight. Look at that. I mean, how easy is it, that card? Just a quick, easy card, but you know, you always need gems on it. So I'm going to take those Sweet Sorbet ones, and I'm going to add a couple of those right here on each side. Isn't that a nice card? Quick, easy. Rose, you're with me. Hi, Linda. Hi, Sue. Okay, let me just grab the envelope, and I am going to take, same thing, real quick. I mean, you can make so many of these cards real quick. I think Donna and I might even do something like, you know, how many cards we can do it in a short period of time on our crafting party. So you're definitely going to want to check into that. Okay, so I'm just doing this. I'm going to grab that yellow again, which is somewhere by me. There it is. Okay, I'm going to grab the yellow. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to grab that. There we go. And now I have another little hello card. Quick and easy card. What a great set, isn't it? Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this live. I really hope you think about getting this bundle because it's one of my favorites. And it goes so well with all of our designer series paper. I chose the host paper because I don't think people see that in the catalog. A lot of times they forget about it. So a list of everything I used will be in the description when I'm done, along with all the links for all the upcoming classes, including the catalog party with Donna and Gray and myself, and my online May class, and my paper share. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It was great to see you on a Tuesday night. It's good to shake things up once in a while. And I will be back here live on Friday morning. Okay? Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great week.